Mm. Hello everyone. Am I audible? Hello everyone. My name is Mohit, and today in this session we are discussing about introduction to Azure AI. So we will discuss about a lot of terms, and today's session is more about AI focus and what are the different things which are going in the AI space. We will discuss and how Microsoft is helping developers and how Microsoft technologies are doing in this AI space. We will learn about more about technologies. So before jumping to the slide, let me introduce myself. Hi everyone, my name is Mohit. I am a Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador Beta, and I am doing my major in CS. I am a third year student, and yeah, that's all about me. I am more focused in cloud native technologies. I am also contributing to some open source projects and also learning about AI. As you all know, AI is booming everywhere. So today's session is about AI and all. So let's talk about agenda of today. What you will get to know about after joining this session, right? So you will get to know about a lot of new terms, how Microsoft helps developers in how Microsoft help developers in AI and in different things, or you will also learn about basic terminologies about AI and other things, right? So yeah, let's start it. Uh, so first, let's go back and let's talk about what happened in 2022, and let's talk about the technologies at in 2022 when Microsoft is giving to developers, right? So uh, this is a chart which I created. So this is application, this is the AI builder, and this is the scenario. So in initial years, it Microsoft focus on the like on the side of scientists and the data scientist side. They are not uh, more focused on the application type or on the AI builder side, right? Or it is more focusing on the ML platform. You can say before 22 Microsoft have their own like form recognition, video indexing. These all are the service which they provide to the scientists and for others, right? But what happened next? So let's see what happened. So this is the Imbuster reader has come, right? So like the application platform, right? So now they provide like the power virtual agents in 2000 in current space in 2025. As we are moving, we are in 2025. The boom of like AI agents is going a lot of crazy. Like many startups are building AI agents, and they are focusing on AI agents, and many VC firms are providing funds to their startup to building these AI agents. We will cover a little bit touch I will give little bit brief introduction of what are the agents. Agents like, suppose I am hosting a meeting, right? And suppose if I want all the notes of this meeting, all the memo and other things, so I can simply create or just go to the website, the website which is providing the agents, and then I will select the meeting time, and whenever these bot will join our meeting, and it will record all the things which we are discussing, and it will provide a detailed PDF or MOM to my mail or other to the participant, right? So next, the Power Automata, we have Power Apps, Power BI. Let's talk about the application side, right? So in application side, Microsoft have their Microsoft 360. We all know about 365, the dynamic Microsoft Dynamic 365. These are some partner solutions, right? So let's go to next. Let's talk about the hype in 2025. What's the hype of AI? So now everyone is learning about AI. Why the technology has boomed? Why everyone is talking about AI? In 2024, people are more discussing about AGI. We also discussed a little bit about AGI. What is AGI and how the and how the OpenAI and how the Sam Altman is working on the AGI. As we all know, ChatGPT is a first. It is the company is going to be like a closed AI something, but like Sam Altman has like introduces that the ChatGPT is an open, like it's a it's a open it's a open case. Those so now people are like learning about AI and why this all hype. We will discuss why everyone is talking about AI because AI is not a new technology. From 1960, many scientists are working on this. But why nowadays people and everyone, even small kids, are using Chat GPT? Why this is all about the hype? Let's go to the next slide and see. So in this next slide, do not get afraid. This is a bar graph. You can say it's a graph. So it will tell the rise of technologies, the right speed of technology, the adoption of technologies. Like you can see the graph over here. It's a steep curve that internet has been circulated in. When we talk, let's talk about India itself. Like in previous years, the internet is not accessible to everyone. Nowadays everyone have their smartphone, everybody have the smartphone, the laptop and other things, and they are using it. And every, like in remote area nowadays also internet is provided. Even Elon Musk company Starlink is also providing a lot of like services. Like in India, right now Starlink is not like introduced it, but in many countries Starlink has introduced it. So the basic idea of why the hype of AI, because everyone is using smartphone, everybody have their own gadgets, everyone is using social media and others, and internet is very accessible in remote location, as we all know. So why the AI is on booming? Suppose you can see the graph over here from early early 90s to 2006. The rise of internet is on the top, and then you can see the yellow line is indicating the microwave, and the green line is introducing the computer over here. So like all these meteoric booms have a common factor. We can say this is a common factor over here. The power of revolution in our society, like day by day, is increasing. Everybody is day by day using internet, using their smartphones, and the speed with which the AI like market progress and the news and the user are like infinitely great, because there are a lot of users which are using AI, right? So because of the internet and the social media, everyone is now is talking about the AI. So before, let's go to the next slide. Let's talk about little bit earlier, when virtualization has come. So before virtualization, what happened? We have a system. Suppose if I want to run 2 3 application, I have to buy 2 3 system. Now when the virtualization has come, now we have the power to virtualize it. Suppose if I have one PC, and let's erase this one, and uh, where is, yeah, this is span. Suppose if I have one PC and I have 2 application, and I want to deploy 2 application on the server. So what I will do, I have to buy 2 PCs. Then in one PC I will deploy the web application one, in the another PC I will deploy the web application two. But after the virtualization, what happened? Like as we all know, virtualization is a technique by which we can divide or we can virtualize our one single instance in multiple virtual form. uh, we can divide our like resource in multiple virtual form with the help of hypervisor, and it isolate the application, so we can run multiple OS. Suppose I want to run 2 application, one in Linux and one in Windows, so I can do that. So what I have to do, just we have the hardware. On top of the hardware, like we have to add the hypervisor, and above the hypervisor we have the different types of OS, and above the OS we can divide another thing. So that's the reason the virtualization has go in the boom in early days. As of now, the AI is also adopting a lot of things. Many companies introduces their AI things in many applications, uh, and Microsoft is also doing a lot of innovation in the AI space for the developers and for the company side, and for the humanities as well, right? So let's go into next slide. and let's talk about Copilot. So, so let's see the timeline of Microsoft happening with AI. So this is the okay. Give me 1 second. So this is the image you can see on right. This is generated by DALI. DALI is one of the. It is also is a type of it's a type of tool you can say where you write things and it will generate an image. It's also training on the ML. We will also learn little basic term in ML technologies, right? So Microsoft AI timeline. Let's see how the Microsoft AI timeline. So in early 2022, Microsoft introduces with GitHub Copilot. So what is GitHub Copilot? GitHub Copilot is nothing but is the uh, GitHub Copilot is for the developers. Microsoft introduces for the developers where developers can use this, and it's a kind of like it's a kind of AI empowered like pair programming where developers available like developers available in most of the IDs like GitHub Copilot is present, so we can chat to that, or it's a kind of a pair programming. Suppose I am doing programming, so it will help my and enhance my logic building and other things, right? So let's see what next come. So in 2022, Microsoft introduces Microsoft Designer product launch. Now you can go to the Microsoft website and you can search for this application. Now the application is like uh, have a lot of upgradation because when last time I have used this application, it's a similar kind of DALI. Like over here, you can create your account and you can write a prompt. Suppose if I want a man riding a bike and suddenly a horse came, so I want to draft this image, so I can just go to this Microsoft Designer product launch and I will tell. So this is one of the tool which is Microsoft introduces in their timeline. So let me erase a little bit and let's see what next come on the timeline. So next, Microsoft launches the OI services and the gallery available, generally available. Sorry. So then, what happened? Microsoft introduces their AI services in 2022, and in January 2023, Microsoft extended partnership with OpenAI. This is a smart move done by Microsoft. Like as we all know, in 2022 or late in 2022, we got introduced to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is a tool or you can say a product of OpenAI. So Microsoft like have some partnership with OpenAI or they have signed some deal and they are building something for the developers and for the for the whole Microsoft, right? So they simply in 2023 we can simply say that Microsoft extended a partnership with OpenAI. You guys can also go on Google and uh, search more about this partnership and how I did not know about how much money is transferred between the both of the parties, but like so some percentage of OpenAI has been like in some little partnership has been done by the Microsoft side. So let's see what next in the timeline. So next we have the new Bing powered by GPT-4. As we all know, like uh, we all use different types of browser. Like as we all know, we have Bing. Bing is one of the product of Microsoft, and Microsoft introduces a Edge powered by GPT-4. It's a advanced search engine. You can say it's an advanced searching method where user will write and it will generate good result powered by GPT-4. As we already know, in Jan 2023, Microsoft extended a partnership with OpenAI. So they both introduces this like a new Bing Edge for the developers and for the normal people to enhance their search and to find their solution at Moot Max and easy, right? So next we have let me erase this one part. So in March 2023, GPT-4 and GPT-4 in AI services. Uh, so as we go further uh, months in March 2023, GPT and GPT-4 are introduces in AIO services. What is AIO services? AIO services is when you go to the Azure platform, you will find about this. We are not talking about GPT-4, GPT-5 model. GPT-4, GPT-5, GPT, all these all are different model, which is which have the right like by the OpenAI team. These are services like which Microsoft provided in their like platform, so you guys can check. and you can explore with your own, because uh, it's great. Like if you guys can go and check, because it generate a curiosity with among all these, right? So next we have in March 2023, in the same month and in the same year, Microsoft introduces 365 Copilot, and GitHub introduces GitHub X. So like we already know GitHub, previous in previous event we discussed about GitHub and how these things are working. We know what is version control system and the things. So GitHub has their own product called Copilot, and Microsoft has their own 365 Copilot. So both ideas and both what these copilots are doing. These copilots are doing these are helping developers to write their code more efficient way, or in more faster way, or you can say it will provide a good generated code. Like it is generating code, but it is generating that code which is useful for the developers. It save our time, or it tells where the mistake is. So it's easy for the beginner or newbie to generate code and build their application with the help of Copilot. So there is a personally I feel like there's a downside also of Copilot. Like suppose if I'm a noob, suppose if I'm a new to the programming and I'm using this, I knew a little bit basic, now I'm using Copilot and other tools for generating my code. So in longer term it is bad, because if you are not learning from starting from the basic, and you are using all these tools and generating code and copy pasting and all, so you cannot clear the concept. When you first clear the complex, then you are using these copilots and other, it will great, it will like uh, it will make your efficiency faster, you guys can do. So we talk about the Microsoft AI timeline, and in previous slide we talk about why the AI is booming everywhere and why all these things, right? So let's go to the next slide and see let's what we have. So let's go a little bit in previous time, in early 90s, in early 80s to 90s, return of AI, research birth, new statistical models. These all are things which are working previously in 90s. Like a lot of people knew, the people who are using, the end user who are using chat gpt, who are using AI, who are using different tools, they did not know, they think that the AI has just come 2000 in 2022, or like in early 2000s. But this is not done. Like it is a bit older technology. Like it's came in 2080s or 90s time, where the birth of new statistical model done by the scientist. In 2010 and 15, the modern assistant like Siri, Google assistants, as we all know, like let me erase this part and let's talk about this one. uh, this is pen over here. So we all know, like AI is coming from like 2000, from early 80s and 90s, and in 2010 and 15, modern assistant has come. Like modern assistant that come like Siri, as we know, Siri is one of the like a product, or you can say application in Apple. It's a kind of Google assistant where it provide and generate answers. This come in 2010 and 15, right? People are using it, but now people are realizing that AI is completed. Today what happened is that, so today we are generating these responses from like chat gpt and from other sources. So what happening today, like let me clear this one. Okay, wait. Yeah. So in today's generative AI based on transformation aggregation, what is generative AI like? So as we are using chat gpt, as we are using a lot of tools, we are feeding it data. On on top of our data, it is the model behind all this thing. Like when we go on chat gpt website, there are in right side or in left side, there is a some model name come, you can select and you can see your model, etc. And you can adjust with the latest model. So what these models stand for, like let's talk about these models and how these models are working under the hood. Let little bit talk about. Suppose this is the traditional way. We have an input, we are feeding some input, and we are feeding some program. On the basis of program on and the basis of input, the machine will give the output. right? Suppose if I am writing A in the input and I have a program of A plus B, and in machine, it will give me the answer of A plus B or A plus C or XYZ. But when we talk about little bit machine learning, what is machine learning? Because like we are talking about AI and other things, but these all things are subset of machine learning, right? So what is machine learning? Let's little bit talk about machine learning. Suppose there is a machine over here and we are feeding input. As we are feeding in a traditional way, we are also uh, putting input. In this way, we are putting input along input. We are we only just putting input. On the basis of input, we are generating a program and then we are generating the output. So in this case, we have generated a program, right? So generative AI is generative AI is related to or referred to. Suppose these are two screenshot of Contrena and this is a screenshot of ChatGPT, right? So I have asked a question. Let little bit zoom this part and let's see. So I asked this question, can you please write poetry for me? So the reply of ChatGPT is, sure, here is a short poem I came with your. So it generated a poem, right? In this, you can see like this is the older period when we talk about Google Assistant and how you can see the reply difference between both of them. This is more personalized and this is more like you can say a generic reply which we want from the machine, and this is very standard reply like a chatbot something kind of, right? So the basic idea of generative AI is like when you're feeding a data to a specific, you are feeding data to the chat gpt or other model, it it training itself, like it's training it like it's training itself by your data. Like the more data we enter in the machine or more data we are providing to this machine, it will become more efficient. That's the reason people now talking about AGI. Like you can already know that the AI is, we have different AI tools, like we have Claude, we have Cursor, we have like uh, Bold.new, we have a lot of AI tools, and most of the AI tools nowadays are writing code as well. So so nowadays, like people are a little bit worried, and the most of the tech founders and other entrepreneurs are focusing on AGI. When we achieve AGI, like general intelligence, like artificial general intelligence, and because when it comes, it will like replace the smaller tasks. Suppose like you go to your like office, or you could go to your workspace, and first thing you have to go to your workspace. Now you open your system, then you check your mails, and then you reply, and then you reply, and then you start your work. So what happened next? Now we have a lot of reply bots, which automatically see your mails. If there are any necessary part or important thing, it will remind you on your message. The message came into your WhatsApp, even in Slack. Like you can see in your WhatsApp, WhatsApp a new feature of AI, something like WhatsApp is also introducing their intelligence. So we have a blue icon over here. You can search. So it also collecting your data and it is selling to WhatsApp have their own system like Llama, and it is open source, which is like it's a part of Meta. Like we all know Facebook, like remember the name with in the Meta. It is a part of open source of Llama model. So what happened? Like when you open your WhatsApp, like you open your WhatsApp, you have a search button, and these are your chats. And top of the search button, between this chat, you find a circle colored like blue, where you ask your question to the WhatsApp chat, and it will give the answer as similar to the chat GPT. So in this case, it collecting your data and it giving to the model Llama. You can see Llama is open source. You can see the all the source code is available open. It is openly free, as we already know it is open source softwares and all. So you can check all these code as well, right? So generative AI is nothing but it's a kind of model which is training itself, right? In 1996, the typewritten chatbot simulator. So the basic idea of this in 1996, let me give. So from the 1996, okay, let me give. Wait a second. Let's erase this part and let's see what is 1966 has written, right? So in 1996. The typewritten chat box simulating. Suppose a chatbot, we already know this chatbot. Suppose this is a chatbot, and I ask one question, and the way chatbot is something like they have fixed question and fixed answer. Suppose I want to know the time. I simply go on the chatbot, and there are two options coming. One, what is your time, and what's the place I am right now. So when we click on this, we have a algorithm over here. It goes and it calculate with the time, and it will tell the time. It's a kind of working of chatbot. When we go on the location, it will redirect to our GPS or something, and it will tell our location. But it's not, we have at the time we have less data, but nowadays, as I already knew, people have internet and people are using social media and other platforms. So there is a lot of data present. The more data we have, the more accurate answer we can get from these models. The more accurate answer we get from these models, it will draft a good prompt, or it will draft a good result for us, right? So the basic idea of this page is like, the people who do not know, like AI is not a new thing. AI has already come in 1996, right? And in 2010 and 2015, people are using it, but people are not aware, or people are not this much aware that they are using AI when they are using AI assistant or Siri, something like this, right? So let's go to the next slide and let's see. Uh, so large model progressions. So how these large model, as I'm told, these models, we feed data on these models, and these models generate algorithms, and these from these algorithms we are generating all these result, and we are asking question to GPTs or these models, and they are drafting a good accurate result, and they are drafting a lot of replies. Suppose let's give a little bit example, and let's see how these work. Okay, first clear the screen, and suppose we have a computer over here. Suppose this is a model, this is M1 model, and this is the data D1, right? And this is a model M1. And suppose this is no. Let's understand the Chat GPT version, how this large language model progress. Suppose, let me draw this my drawing. Let's see. Suppose this is your browser, and this is Chat GPT, and you are asking some question to this Chat GPT over here, and it have the API call. The API go to the Chat GPT server, Chat GPT server, and this server is connected with some model. Suppose this is a model, and this model is trained by your data. Suppose you ask question, what is today's time? It will go to this Chat GPT API, and then it will uh, go to the post request, and it will redirect to this model, and it will give the data what you have feed it over here. Then on the basis of your data, it will give the output. It will tell today's date and today's time, and your output is ready, but you did not know where is your data stored. These model are training on your data. The more data we have, the more accurate model we have, and the more accurate model we can draft, the more accurate answer we can get, right? So the basic idea of large models progression is this. Let's go to the next slide. So let's talk about NN and understand. These are the basic terms like in machine learning, as we are from CS students or from other domain students. We know these are some common common, you can say common attribute or common terminologies. So I think many of you have joined. There are a lot of other people who have, they did not have the core subject computer science as well as. So simply I will simply understand in the layman term what is this slide means, right? Suppose let's talk about little bit machine learning. In this machine learning, there's all the tokens, the splitting of the sentences, and these sentences turn into tokens, and after these token turns into the numbers, right? So suppose how an NN understand a sentence. He had tea and she drank ice. So this is the basic idea. Suppose we write a prompt, we write a question. So our question is like, suppose we write a question, what's the time? So like, what's the time? So suppose I write what's the time, and it will give sentence it will split the sentence. Suppose I'm asking some sentence, it will split my sentence into token, and these are tokens. these tokens are turned into the numbers, right? So why these are turning into the numbers? Because of machine learning algorithms. Suppose we have one we have traditional way and we have one machine learning way. Suppose uh, this is pen, this is pen. Suppose this is the older version and this is the ML with the part come, right? As we all know, we have traditional basis. We input the data, we have output the data, and we will get the result, right? In this, we input, we get a program, then we get an output. We already discussed it, right? Now let's talk about how it split our sentences, the token, and how these tokens are turned into numbers, right? Suppose if I'm writing, let's take this example as well. So this is the cursor word, right? So you can see the cursor. So suppose this is a sentence. He had tea. She drank iced coffee. Suppose if I write my sentence. Suppose if I'm writing, uh, I am doing great. Ignore my writing, guys. So this is we have. Let's split one, two, three, four. So we have four over here, right? So we have four, we have split into four part, right? So this is the one, this is the two, this is three, this is four, and these are the tokens. And these tokens, like these are tokens, and these tokens are converted into the numbers, right? As you all guys know. So let's go to next slide and let's see what we have. So as I already told, what is these numbers, and these are tokens, and these are 10th dimensional vectors over here. So let's go next. And these parts train your model to learn segmentation weight of these. Suppose he, she, coffee, tea. Suppose the basic idea of this, like relatable things come to the relatable, he, she come to this coffee and tea, then ice. It will come and it will form a cluster over here. And this is the graph you can see. Let's go to the next slide. So next we have the contest matter. She had coffee. She had strength, not equals to sign. So what is the mean is like encode a sequence word into a complex idea, and this complex idea decoded in back to your desired space. So the basic idea of like, I know, as I already told you, what is the sentences, how the sentences will happen being right. So let's go to the next slide, and here we have what is the transformation model. Transformation models are like uh, transformation model are, suppose we have Mary already had a coffee, and this will find terms over here, and it will give the algorithm, right? So next, go to the next slide. Okay, this is the transformation model. As I already told, this is example of I. You guys can check attention less deep in the networking fundamental without the complexity. So these are the example of like I and the related model, like suppose if I have two cars, these cars have the same color. Somehow this is a kind of, you can say, a trans models example. So the this is a definition you guys can look, right? Transformation model available to different combination, encoding and all this thing. So next we have the GPT models. As we already know, we talk about what are GPT and what are the other models names, what is Codex, what is Chat GPT, what is GPT-4, and these are the computation power, billions of parameters. How parameters we already knew. Suppose if I'm writing a sentence, it go to the API with some server parameters and other things, right? So next we have, so you guys can go to this blog and read about this, right? So these are the key terms. Suppose let's first let's give, so this is a prompt which I give to ChatGPT, and this is the compilation output it will give on the basis of the generated model, right? And these are the tokens we are talking about. The sentences are further divided into the tokens part, right? So OpenAI plus Microsoft, like as we all know, as we already know that OpenAI, Microsoft has some part in the OpenAI. They have bonded a deal and they are building a lot of tools for the developers and other things, right? So now OpenAI plus Microsoft, like we talk about AGI this year. Many people are like waiting for the AGI. AGI is nothing but AGI is like artificial general intelligence, which is benefit for the humanities, because end of the day these big companies are doing these things for the humanities, like for the humans, right? So these are some models. Okay, wait, I think we have just skipped this slide. So these are some models. This is the first model came, this is a tech based, this is a conversion based, this is the code, and this DALI, as I already told, what is images and all, right? So this is a prompt. You can see I have given a prompt and I am getting a response over here. This is the prompt in DALI, which I gave a ball of this fire. It will generate this logo. And this is the DBMS prompt you have given. It give a DBMS solution SQL query, right? So yeah, this is chat GPT text, and this is GPT, and this is Codex, which solving the DBMS query, SQL query, and this is a DALI. We draft a prompt and it will give response, right? So next we have Microsoft Cloud and other things. You guys can deploy your Azure subscription, go to the Microsoft website and you can try with your own and you can play with the AI agents. These agents are free. You can, as you're a student, you have some points. You can just go and explore on this website and other things. So this is the conversion AI. This is the writing assistant. We have a lot of things. Just go to the Microsoft Azure platform, sign up. You will credit some cloud point, then utilize it, right? So Microsoft AI is not equals to Microsoft Open AI service. Open AI services are different. These are services for the businesses, and Microsoft and Azure AI is different. So both are different terms. Usually students and people did not know all this term, but AI is different and Open AI services is different. Open AI services is more about for the business focused person, right? So this is the whole overview and the whole landscape of Microsoft Azure as we already discussed earlier, and now you guys can also see, right? So this is Azure Open consideration, like I need a journal purpose model. So these all related to the company side, what they are providing to the like consumer and other things, right? So next we have vision, speech, Azure, as I already told, the decision making and other services which are given by the Azure AI and other things, right? So next, let's see next what we have. As I already told, OpenAI services pricing. So I think there is a pricing, but there is a lot of little bit like you can also try for free. Free is like for 1 month, or you can just go and explore the plan because for student, I think there are 1 month free plan also. You can go and use the Azure in the free tier or go and try for 1 month free as example, right? And you guys just go on this link and you will find that link, right? So next we have chat with your data, like I already told, Azure and other things, right? So use of AI and social empathy, as we already knew. So don't and generative AI intelligence, determinant ground, these all things I already told. Like if you are not like aware of these things, like if you are using GPT like for drafting code and it's bad, go start with the basic, then advance. All these are learning guidance. I will share this link in the Google. I think we have a time constraint, so we have to end this session. It was great like talking to you guys and providing. I hope everyone enjoyed this session, and thank you so much guys for joining this session. And let's discard this and let's see if anybody have any question or something like that, right? So let's go. I think folks have enjoyed this session, and let's end this meeting. Thank you so much everyone for joining this session. And in this session we learn about AI and other things, and it was great to speaking to all you guys. So yeah, let's see you next meeting. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a nice day. Bye.